Okay, so I'm going to actually bring in the next file, which is Saddle Butte File Place. Here it is, in my project folder, in my documents, under my class folder, in my class folder. So let's bring this, let's click on that, let's do window, we can bring up the image trace panel. Make sure you get this selected with the black arrow tool. Yeah, and then we can actually do fills and strokes. Actually, maybe not. Let's put the preview on so we know what's happening. You can click buttons to see what happens. You can add strokes into the paths if you want. And you can change all the paths, corners, noise. You can change the threshold, those kinds of things. You can change the colors too. But we're just going to do it like this, and then we'll push expand. So now you can see there's actually vector points. You can see all the little points. So if we move this up, you can see that there are there's a white shape here. We can delete that. And we can change the color of this if we wanted to. Maybe I do actually want shapes in the background, so I'll show you how to create shapes in the background. Let's make this white, maybe. I just double clicked on the fill color, got rid of the black, and then I can go in here, arrange, send to back. Maybe I'll just crop it to the very edge of the lines that we have. And, you know, I'm working with this outside of the artboard because I have a white background, and it gets confusing when you're working with white on white. So I'm just going to make this a little taller because maybe I want my background to be kind of big. And then let's just select everything, and then let's go into the Pathfinder tool again. Oops, that's pattern options, window, Pathfinder. So we pulled up the Pathfinder panel. So we can unite all these. That's not what I'm wanting to do. I'm actually wanting to divide everything up into their own little shapes. So if we push divide, that should do it. If we get the white arrow tool, we can see that, yep, that did create different shapes for different things. So I don't know if it actually divided this one up yet, but so we can actually change these individual colors now. I think I might still have the issue with having to make everything CMYK. If I click and drag over everything and then go here and CMYK, that might fix it. It's looking like it doesn't though, but so we might have to go in individually, which is kind of annoying, but I'll just try to pick out some colors that I like from here, maybe some like kind of gold colors, just different colors. So that needs to be CMYK. I'm not really quite sure how to get around that issue. I did try even saving out the PSD file or the JPEG file as a CMYK document, and that still didn't do much. So it's just one of those things you just have to kind of, I could look it up probably and see how to get around that. A lot of it is just kind of doing your own research and figuring out, oh yeah, that's kind of how you do it. For some reason this did not. Excuse me. This piece is all one big chunk, which I don't want. So I'm going to try and grab these two pieces here and try and divide them up again. I don't know why they're not dividing up. This is all one chunk. I don't want that. Let's see here. So I have this and this selected. Maybe if I use a different one. Oh, that's why. I'm not quite sure why these two are joined together. But I mean, I guess I could just Command-C, Command-V, and then erase one of these shapes from the other. I don't know if they're actually physically joined though. So I can go in and then troubleshoot this. Well, there is part of it that's actually joined together. So It's right over here. If I zoom in, it's acting as one piece because it sort of is. There's not really a separation here taking place. So I'll try and divide that up better. That might have fixed it. I think it did, actually. Sometimes it's just the smallest things. So now I can make that kind of a color like that, maybe. Not sure if that looks good with my cactus or not. I think it does look okay. Okay, so now I have my two artboards. I'm going to group this together if it's not already grouped by Command-G, or you can use group in your Properties panel. And then let's use the Free Transform tool, push Shift, so that it doesn't get disproportionate, and then just size it down. And so I have these two illustrations that are pretty good that we can work with. So maybe for my Geofilter project, I'm kind of thinking of making one for Saddle Butte, obviously. So we can kind of maybe cut out a circle. So I'm kind of thinking just grabbing the ellipse tool, pushing Shift down to get a perfect circle, and then drawing out that perfect circle. Getting rid of the fill color by pushing None, and maybe making this white. And push Shift. I think I made it too big, so I'm going to have to bring it down in size. So I'll have to push Shift when I do that, otherwise it'll get kind of disproportionate. So if we actually get both things selected, the circle and the background, just by clicking and dragging over everything, we can go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make, and we can quickly make a clipping mask. I don't know if we still need to, okay, yeah, and it's all grouped together still, so that's good. And then we can maybe pull this over. We want to do, let's open up the Properties panel, and then do Arrange, bring to front. We'll make this a little bit smaller. I just pushed E on my keyboard, but you can also just grab the Free Transform tool. Just remember to push Shift when you use this. I don't know if this is going to look good or not, but they're not really matching stylistically, but I was going to try and use both. And then I'm going to put a little rim around this by just adding another color, maybe a dark blue or something. I don't know, something dark. You can use the Arrange, Send to Back, and maybe just kind of get this. We can also use the alignment tools, so if we kind of click and drag and get both of these circles aligned, both selected, we can do the alignment through the horizontal center. It's looking pretty good. I can also kind of rotate this pretty easily if I just kind of do that. I'm not sure if that's really looking as lovely as I wanted it to, but that's okay. And then we will do Type tool here, but let's do Type on a path. And let's click on one of these paths. I didn't really want exactly that to happen, but that's okay. Let's just fill it in with Saddle Butte. And I'm going to change the text size here, maybe 60 or something. Let's look around and see if we can't find a good font. Maybe we'll do it over here so we can see better. I might want something kind of bold. And we can change this Type on a path pretty easily by moving these little sliders. I'm going to do Command-C, Command-V. Actually, let's just do another ellipse here, shape, and I'll get another dark blue in there. I was really liking that color I picked out earlier, but this might not be dark enough, actually. I might need a little bit more darkness in there. So I'll take it further down by the black. Something like that. And we can make this bigger too. If we use the Free Transform, we can actually make this path, the Type on the path, bigger too, which I might need to do. Maybe we can even put it, actually maybe I won't make it bigger. Maybe I could even put it down here, make it smaller. And then make this rim a little bigger too, just to kind of fit that saddle view text inside. It's going to have to be quite a bit bigger. I don't know if it's going to get too thick. This rim around that I'm putting in here might get too thick, but let's make this white. I just double clicked and I'm just going to make everything 0. You can also just bring this over all the way and it will show up all zeros in CMYK, but white's kind of like the absence of color as far as screens go. Oops, I just turned on my perspective grid. So that's how you turn it off. Just make sure you click it again, push the X, and then get off of it too. I created kind of a circle here. You know, you could have saddle all at the top in all caps and then butte under here too. Or this could be smaller like this. Kind of a small, just a little bit, just add a little rim around the actual image. Try and get it centered. You can also use the align tools, like I said earlier, to help align things. And instead of this being white, you know, you could sample with the eyedropper tool, highlight the text first with the text tool, and then use the eyedropper to sample maybe this pink color or something. Use the use the free transform by pushing E on the keyboard. You can kind of try and get it aligned a little bit. I mean, maybe even that might be nice. Another option would be to not use that and then just maybe group all this together, put it off to the side here, and maybe just have like some stripes of color. Oops, I'm using the wrong tool. I need to use the ellipse or the rectangle tool and just put in some stripes of color. Oops, I'm trying to do that. Yeah, just a couple, like maybe 3 of these. Command C, Command V to copy paste. But yeah, we could do this to create stripes of color. Maybe just like more earth tones, or like, you know, something that would look good with our color palette, I guess. Put them all behind. Arrange them all behind. And then we could put like saddle butte off to the side or something. These colors actually don't really look that great with this. So I might sample colors that are already in there. But anyway, that's looking pretty good. We just need to put the text in. And I think I might just something like that, maybe. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so now that we have our design looking the way we want it to, I mean, we can go back into the properties panel, edit the artboards, and then maybe just, we can actually click on this one and then just delete it, because we just have the one now. And I can actually make this a little bit longer, because I'm guessing I'm probably going to need a little bit more space off to the left, because we didn't actually make this in the Illustrator template that I downloaded from Snapchat, or that you can download from Brightspace. In the next video, I'll do that. I'll go over how to do that, and then we can just get this ready for Snapchat. Basically, get this in the template, get the file exported, get the file the correct size, that kind of thing, in the next video.